So now class, let's start with the machine learning standard deviation. Ano naman niya class ang machine learning standard deviation? So a standard deviation is a number of that describe how spread out the values are. So ano siya ka-spread? So a low standard deviation means that the most number are close to the mean or average. The high standard deviation means that the value are spread out over a wider range. So, kung ang standard deviation naton class is low, mas lapit ang mga numbers dito sa average value. If dako or ang high value ang standard deviation, dako ang spread out niya sa range sa aton nga graph. So example, in this time we have to register the speed of 7 cars. So just like this, may ara kita nga 2, 4, 6, 7 cars, and the standard deviation is 0.9. Paano na siya ikuhaon, no? So, the meaning, the most of the value are within the range of 0.9, and from the mean value, which is 86.4. So, let us do the same, with the selection of numbers of wider range. So, in this example, the standard deviation is 37.87. So, meaning, the most of the value are within the range of 73.85 from the mean value, which is 74.7. So, ang ato ng class nga numpy is can use std to mean the standard deviation, So, again, ang ginagamit class ang standard deviation for us to know kung describe the spread of the value. So, kung lapit siya class sa kung high value siya, that means to say dako ang spread, and if low is malapit siya sa mean. Okay? So, in this example, we have the speed of 0.9. Okay? And this one, also we have the speed of 37.8, just like sa example naton. Okay, so ano naman class ang variance? So variance is another number that indicates how spread out the values are. So in fact, if we take the square root of the variance, you get the standard deviation. On the other way around, if you multiply the standard deviation by itself, you get the variance. So to calculate the variance, you have to do the following. So kung mag-solve ka class ng variance, amo ni siya, we have to add and divide by 7, and for each value, find the difference from the mean. So, paano ina siya obrahon? Each value, so ikwaon naton class ang average. Okay, ang mean. Ang first step is to get the mean, and second is minus naton class for each value ang mean naton. And for each difference, find the square value. So square root ni siya class, or squared. This is squared, So bulayan lang si ma'am yung mag-obra sining subscript, because in this Jupyter notebook there is no subscript, So superscript, sorry, not subscript but superscript. So by having this one, may ara na kita isa-isa naman siya liwat, that we get the squared of each value. Okay, so the variance of the average number of this square difference is, so i-add naton. So may ara kita nga 1432.2 nga variance, So naka-hide siya. One more. Okay. So to get the variance, we don't need to isa-isahon naton, because there is also a function or a method. So nakuha na naton ang aton nga variance. again, ang variance class is also another way, another number that indicate how spread out the values are. Okay, so they are related man sa standard deviation. And standard deviation, hindi na ka mo magpalibog class paano you just have to understand the concept why you solve standard deviation and why you solve the variance. But hindi mo na kailangan magmano-mano class. You can use the function to get the standard deviation and the variance, no? Butangan mo lang dira sang numpy.var or numpy.std, so you can now get those values. Okay, so standard deviation, as we have learned, the formula to find the standard deviation is square root of the variance. So it's like oops. Okay. Square root of the variance, no? So, kwaon ta lang ang kung we have a given nga variance value, we can get the standard deviation by getting the square root of the standard deviation. So, or as an example, no, we can calculate the standard deviation by, of course, using the STD function. So, symbol of the standard deviation is often represented by this, sigma, and variance is often represented by this symbol, no? Sigma square. Okay? So, amo na siya class ang standard deviation and variance. Okay?